Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I need my hat to complete my ensemble. There. Wouldn't you agree that ensemble looks 150% better? Got a rep for my squad. I totally forgot. Miami was playing tonight. Wasn't even paying no attention. I ain't paying no attention. But now I am. Because now I'm curious. Ooh. 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 Buffalo running up in Miami. Oh my. Oh my. Have they 100% neutralized? The speed factor that is Tyreek Hill? Maybe that ain't what they needed. I mean, or maybe that ain't what they need now. I like Tua though, but right? Ish happens. Oh, yeah, the building. I don't see what's good. What's good? What's good? What's good? Paul Martin in the building. Professor, I had a feeling you was gonna be here. Have my spider sense tingling. Well, not my spider sense. That would be a Nancy. Ha ha. See what I did there? Okay. Well, we're in the building. Well, we're in the building. Some of us have made ourselves known. My mama always taught me to make myself known when I walk in the room. There are more than three here. So it should be more than three speaking. Ronnie J in the building. What happening? Y'all rocking with me? So I'm rocking with y'all. I got a lot. Well, not that lot of much. Pretty fair amount. I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4. About 8 topics specifically. And then after that, we'll curl up in a ball and go away somewhere. Might get enough of them hiding in the building. I suspect from my maybe from the image that I posted on X, maybe that's what's got some people lurking. Perhaps no. We shall see. As the night progresses. We shall definitely see. It looks like we got enough people in here. To rock with me. If we talk rocking with me. I wanna rock with you all night. Yeah. Where we at? What time? Where we at? Oh, we got time. I'll give about 5 more minutes for y'all to get acclimated and situated. And we're gonna talk. We got a lot to talk about. I'm probably gonna kick this live off, of course, talking about Frankie Beverly, the front man of the R&B linchpin, Maze. Always recognizable for their albums, always recognizable for their unique sound of music, always recognizable for their front man, who never changed a whole lot of what he did. He was just there. He presented to you what he was. And if you liked it, cool. If you didn't, it just wasn't your cup of tea. But we're gonna talk a little bit about the man and the legacy that his machinations, let's do it like that, left behind. What else is going on, y'all? Y'all still in here talking to each other. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all socialize because that's healthy. Speaking of healthy, as much as I do not like discussing politics, like I said, I will discuss it from a spectator point. What we see, and then I'll drop a little bit of what, my personal, a little bit of my personal, and wait and see who, comes bombing at me or whatever, because it's really in my mind not about that. It's just, it is what it is. When you eliminate all the talk, when you eliminate all the rhetoric, when you eliminate all the BS, it just boils down to the simple fact of, who do you believe? What have they shown you? Showing me nothing and showing me everything could be telling in a good way and a bad way, but not necessarily in the direction you think it might go, if that makes sense. Also, we will, of course, be talking about comics, Avengers Assemble #1, Ultimate Black Panther #8, as well as, surprise, Space Ghost #5. Space Ghost #5 by Pepos and Lau. Zorak is front and center. That's who a lot of people been wanting to see for a while, is Zorak. And I'm wondering, you know what? I'm going to hold off on that until we get to talking about that issue. And I wanted to share with y'all, a couple of my, what I like to call my big boys, my my BAFs, my Build-A-Figures, my Diamond Select, Marvel Select action figures. One of them's hanging on the wall back there. I might pull that one down and let y'all see that one. The difference between like Diamond Select and regular Marvel Legends. I could probably snatch these ones up here and show you, scale wise, and a lot of the differences that there are between the Marvel Select ones and the Marvel Legends, which will also kind of segue into me doing a history of Black Panther action figures. That's actually going to be a video, but I will talk a little bit about it tonight because I think it's something that needs to be done. It hasn't been done in a couple of years. And I think there have been some updates as well as some stuff, up and coming. My man Juju today on X, was showing everybody the Eve Ewing Funko Black Panther and to get him on pre-order. I thought I had done it already, but we're gonna take care of that because what we need is the Marvel Legend for that Chris Allen drawn Black Panther, from the Eve Ewing run, courtesy of the Shoulder Pauldron. Spear and all, and looking more tribal, looking more, sleek, as if it was possible for T'Challa to even look any more sleek. And those are a lot of the topics. I think that's all of them. Yeah. We're gonna talk about James Earl Jones too. We're gonna talk about, I did a video on James Earl Jones, so I won't spend as much time on James Earl Jones as I may with Frankie. So Yeah, look like we ready to go. Look like we ready to go. Look like we ready to go. Oh, there he is. There he is. Everybody done pulled up. Hey, what up? My man Theo in the building. Javon in the building. Okay, y'all. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I just want to take a few minutes and talk about it. Don't want to spend a tremendous amount of time on it, but I do want to talk about it because it was something I thought needed discussing, if that makes sense. Got all you guys out. Woo, got all you guys out here, so I'm gonna go ahead and set it off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Age 77. That's not a bad run. I would have liked to hear him longer or for him to have been around longer. But 2 days ago, we lost one Howard Beverly, also known or professionally known, give him his props, as Frankie Beverly. He was a songwriter and singer. He was the front man of the group Maze. Frankie Beverly was born on December 6th, day before Pearl Harbor, 1946, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I would have thought the way that Frankie Beverly talked about Southern women in the song Southern Girl, that he was from somewhere from the South. Shame on me. Shame on me for not remembering that this man is from the city of brotherly love. There is a lot of musical talent that comes out of Philly. A lot of musical talent comes out of Ohio. A lot of musical talent comes out of a lot of places. Minneapolis, Oakland, LA, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Frankie Beverly and Maze always had these right here. You notice that it actually is a maze, and I would actually, like, when my mom would buy the Frankie Beverly album, I would actually sit around, I would start, and I would trace my finger right there where the M is and go down through there all the way over to the E, and then, you know what I'm saying, or where the A is, and just, try to go through the maze. I would never get through the maze, but as almost as popular as the music that they generated was the maze of the seven-fingered hand. Joy and pain. I think if you got a memorable lyric like joy and pain are like sunshine and rain. And I mean, if you really think about the music that Maze made with Frankie Beverly, that Frankie Beverly made, it spoke about really strong emotions. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like, oh, I feel that in my heart. No, that's in my heart, turning like a knife. You know what I mean? It very infectious, very, running away, leaving a bad situation. You know what I mean? Needing some rejuvenation. That's facts, man. That is facts. They made love songs. They made feel good songs. I mean, if you wasn't playing Before I Let Go at your picnic or at your barbecue, it definitely was not family oriented. It definitely didn't have Gen X vibes. It didn't have boomer vibes. You know what I mean? And them's good vibes to have at a barbecue. You know what I mean? I wouldn't necessarily, well, yeah, I did. I grew up. I grew up. I grew up on Frankie Beverly and Mays. I did. And I feel like I am better for it because he I think he had a lot to teach about emotions and the range of emotions that we feel and experience. And that's the same range of emotions that we live with. You know what I mean? Love, hate, joy, pain, happiness. You know what I mean? It just you got everything out of Frankie's music, you know? And I believe they were like almost a staple at one point at Essence Fest. Well, it wasn't called Essence Fest back then. It was called the Cool Jazz Festival. And it used to be a jazz festival, but then R&B started to infiltrate it. Goodness gracious, y'all are in these comments just a yippity yapping. Grand Madam, hello. He will be missed. He was out when I was in my 20s. And I was a teenager. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, that late 70s, 80s was really I think the time that we vibed most with Frankie Beverly. At least I did. Live in New Orleans. One of the best live albums ever. In my top 5, definitely. Top 5 live albums. That Isaac Hayes live at the Palladium. Oh my goodness. Watch that. It's a lot of older like live albums that folks did, and I know they did. I think he did more than one live album, if I'm not mistaken. But the Philadelphia soul sound was definitely evident. Maybe I didn't know at the time what I was listening to, because that sound wasn't similar to the sound that Teddy Pendergrass had, who was also out of Philly, and so you had a whole different sound with him. I don't know. Be that as it may, his voice was distinctive, inimitable. When a Frankie Beverly song came on, you knew it was a Frankie Beverly song. If you didn't know, like stuff like Southern Girl that starts off with music, you just hear the music. And I think Southern Girl, back in them days, you get like a minute and 30 worth of music, 2 minutes worth of music before they even sung one lyric. You know what I mean? And Southern Girl, don't you know? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, that's Frankie Beverly. You know what I mean? And just he just had that distinctive voice, and their music was like a really distinctive sound, because you had like your Earth, Wind and Fires out that had like that kind of horn section and that kind of production, and then you had like your Kool and the Gangs that had that kind of horn section that had that kind of production. But Mays and Frankie Beverly, while hybrids of those type of bands, they didn't sound like those bands. It was, dare I say it, the evolution of those bands. Hey, Keita, you having trouble typing, baby? D David. Okay. Hey. Hi there. How are you? It's good to see you. It is always good to see you. It is always good to see you, Keita. Hello. Anyways, though, I just wanted to take the time out because a lot of that music was ingrained into me. You know what I mean? Whether it was, mom's putting it on when she kicked back, relaxed, or mom's putting it on when it was time to clean up, or me hearing it at a picnic, or me hearing it, at a barbecue, or me hearing it while, folks is playing dominoes or spades or bid whist or something like that. it's ingrained, you know what I'm saying? So you expect to hear it when everybody get together and they haven't got together in a long time. What we gonna talk about? What kind of music we gonna listen to? Do Marvin Gaye got something new? Hey, Eddie Kendrick's got a new album. Hey, let's check out this Frankie Bever, Frank Mays. What is this? Yeah, let's see what they and at that point, you know, you're right, Paul Martin. They never did cross over, but they didn't need to. You know what I mean? It was I feel like it's something Frankie Beverly and Mays is something that truly, truly, truly remained ours. Nobody they didn't get corrupted, they didn't get bastardized, they didn't cross across. You know what I'm saying? They stayed there with us, for us, around us. You know what I mean? And so I mean, even as like before I even, was understanding the words of a lot of things he was saying in those songs, I was listening for the beat. You know what I mean? And well, you know what? I didn't think you said it as a criticism. I just felt like there was clarification needed in case somebody else, I know So yeah, they were them. You know what I mean? For their era and for what they did, they were massively impactful. Massively impactful. Yeah. 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 And it's ironic that he would make a song called Silky Soul and dedicate it to Marvin Gaye while he had that silky voice from Ripsky anyway. You know what I mean? Flattery will get you everywhere, sir. And it did. Um, we miss him. I miss him. I miss, knowing there won't be no more. Well, I mean, Maze is still a band, but there won't be no more Frankie Beverly and Maze. It's like, I never expected it to come to an end. I just I expected to hear Maze forever, and I guess, through the magic of recordings and, downloads and that kind of a thing, it will. I like that though. I like, being able to say, all right, I have the entire encapsulated works of Frankie Beverly and Mays. And there will be no more. This is the perfect collection. How many of us can say? I mean, well, a lot of us can say it, but you have it in a form where you can listen to it like right now. You ain't got to get no break out your your record collection and pull out your turntables and whatnot and listen to it. You know what I mean? Shout out to Gen X there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just having a collection of that music and being able to hear it and being able to hear his voice time and time again by just pressing a button or, pulling it up on your phone. So I know he's in a better place, but like I always say all the freaking time, there must be one hell of a concert going on in the upper room. Cause I know that sounds weird saying, but okay, there must be one heaven of a concert. That better? There must be one heaven of a concert going on in the upper room, man, because we have lost so many greats, and if they're all there, oh my goodness, what a show. What a show they are putting on. Shouts out, Frankie. You was a big part. You was a big part of my life. Appreciate it deeply. Appreciate it deeply. Frankie Beverly and Mays. I'm gonna take me a couple seconds. I'm gonna take a couple seconds and I'm gonna shut up and I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just have me a moment and then we go move on. Okay, I'm back. I'm good. Hey, let's get into it. Let's make it crack off, son. Let's make it do what it do. Talk to me. What happened? What happened? What really happened? If we keeping it a buck, what really happened the other night? what what really happened the other night? Can we talk? Can we talk for a second? I know I did a video. But there's a few things that I'd like to mention before we can move on, before we can move forward, before we can get past the sucker duck bull crap. Did the homegirl play my man to perfection? I wouldn't want to debate with her no more either if I was Donald Trump, because quite frankly, he was out finessed, out styled, out infoed, and out emotion in damn near every freaking category. Now, let's just talk about the trending issues right now. And there are a couple of them, and they are coming from this man over here. My man said, hold up. That's first. Bruh. Somebody, police, Batman, bruh. This guy, I mean, we live in a strange world. We do indeed live in a strange world. People eating pets, I will say, is not unknown to me. But when I was dealing with people eating pets, it was in a foreign country. So, yes, there are situations where people abducted eat pets. In the United States, and the way the outlandish manner it was presented is like, damn, slow down, bro. I know you want to win the election, but you got to think rationally. And what rational advantage does that give him to even bring that up? Does it give him an advantage? Is there an advantage of mentioning that? I mean, I know we will be told time and time again by the right, by the conservatives, that we are benighted simpletons, and the places where we get our information from does not stand up to the test of whether or not it's truth. And then the question becomes, in whose eyes? In whose eyes does it not stand the test? Just facts being facts, or a goalpost raising standard? He was told that there are no substantiated facts surrounding this. Yet and still he ranted and persisted about it. No substantial. No substance. Okay. Banger number 2, of course. the abortion issue. Fact checked on this as well. If you abort in the 9th month, it's no longer an abortion. It's no longer an abortion after a certain number of weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So what's no state? No state. So how? I don't get it. Again, how does this information improve your position? How does putting that info right there out there, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the meme's a joke, but you understand what I'm saying about him talking about babies being, it's okay killing babies in it. You know that sounds crazy and outlandish. There's not somebody in your camp saying, maybe you shouldn't put that out there. And if you are going to put it out there, why are you going to put it out there like that? Does that make sense to me? I don't understand how it didn't make sense to nobody else, and they felt that that needed to be said. Okay, you got a plan. What was my man? He got the he got the framework of a plan. He's got the workings of a plan. Oh, I'm not president right now. Okay, but y'all got Project 47. Agenda 47, excuse me, let me get it right. Agenda 47, Project 22. You have all of these things in place, but you don't have no plan for the stuff that matters. Again, that does not improve your position. So when people post things like this, and I just saw this today, when people post things like this because they believe that that debate was not a massacre, that he didn't get slaughtered, which to me, that's more closed-minded thinking that says it doesn't matter what you say to me. This is the path I'm going to take. This is the course that I'm on. It can be wrong as 2 left feet, but this is the course I'm on. This who we looking for? This who we checking for? This is who we saying, well, I'm not saying we, but this is who a lot of people are saying, yep, that's the guy I want to go with. And then I ain't even gonna bring up the fact he convicted felon. That is a good question. I wonder if Mays will get. They don't have to have a front man. I hope he sounds half as good as Frankie. Which black and white you talking about, Grand Madam? Hang on. That right there. I'll send it to you if you like. It'll be when I get off the live if you want me to do that. Paul does not like Donald Trump, and he makes it very, very clear. It's easy to bait a malignant narcissist. Funny you should say narcissist, Paul. 100. And you know what a quality, a telltale quality of a narcissist is? The inability to see any other viewpoint than their own. Their viewpoint is right. Their viewpoint is the rock. Their viewpoint is the foundation. There's a huge difference between confidence and narcissism. You could be confident about what you say and what you do, but it's something different altogether when you like, I can never be wrong. No matter what happens, it's not my fault. He said cadet bone spurs folded like a cheap tent from Temu. Oh. Kamoyo, that's General Bone Spurs to you. And my man, Kamoyo King is in the building. President of the Black Panther fan group. Hats up and off to you, sir. What else we got? Folks threaten to blow up buildings if immigrants don't leave. Somebody's going to real jail. Facts. His cultists don't need facts. Infanticide. That's it. That's it. Concepts of a plan. There we go. When asked about what kind of plan you got in place, you tried your whole presidency to get rid of Obamacare. Not that it was that great, at least for me. I don't say Obamacare might have did great things for people who needed something like that, but Obamacare wasn't the great shakes for me. I'm be honest right here, full disclosure. The plan I had in place was great, and Obamacare came over the top of it, was like, take this. You know what I'm saying? And I can't say I was tremendously overjoyed with that. Sue me. Yeah, concepts of a plan. He got the concepts of a plan. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. He's got the concepts of a plan. Let me see if I can equate that to other things. Well, Daryl, your mortgage is due. I don't have a mortgage payment for you. What do you have? I have the concepts of a payment of a mortgage plan. Yo, D-Red, you need to get up from behind this desk and get in that car out there and take your ass to the store and buy some groceries. And I come back 30 minutes later, and my wife asks me, where's the groceries? I say, I don't have no groceries. Why you don't have no groceries? I have the concepts of groceries. Oh my goodness. That's classic. Now, after that debate, who you voting for? And he don't want to have a third one. He don't want to have a third one. Ooh, that was an ass whooping. I'm not going back for another one of those. Well, I beat Joe Biden, and everybody else think all the conservatives think I beat her. So victory, onward to the election. How much money you want to bet that if Kamala Harris beats him, he gonna cry fraud? He gonna cry somebody was doing some raggedy stuff somewhere. Somebody was cheating. Somebody, man. Part of being a man is knowing how to lose with grace, with dignity, not screaming and crying and kicking like a privileged, spoiled ass brat. Just like that. He claimed it was 3-on-1. Harris and the mods versus him. BS. I mean, I'm not saying that to you, Paul, but I'm saying that's BS because every time she said something, he had to talk over the top of it. Even when he wasn't asked to reply. Oh, just let me, I need to respond. Oh, I just need to say something very quickly. Oh, I just need. Oh, but the mods was done. No, punk. The mods was doing their job. They're supposed to keep it rolling. They're supposed to keep it moving. We don't need to keep dwelling on immigrants. That's one thing we know he's going to deal with if he get in office. Is he going to deal with immigrants? He's sure going to deal with immigrants. He promised you he's going to deal with immigrants. Immigrants from Canada. Immigrants from Cuba. Immigrants from Poland. Exactly, because they didn't let him lie. Fact check that ass. Oh, your facts are fake news. And that's what I mean. Because I got a buddy, he's always telling me, always, it don't matter what news outlet I go to, they all fake. Except where he get hit. You can't tell me you ain't on, because it's you got a whole nother side of culture with conservative social media. Have anybody ever tried to look at conservative social media? Has anybody ever went to a conservative social media site? They just believe they're a social media site. They don't believe they're conservative social media. They telling the truth. Everybody else is telling lies. Where they get their information from is 100% accurate, and everybody else's is bullshit. I never understood that. I never understood that. You know, that's I think somebody said it in the comments up here farther back. That's cultist behavior. That's the behavior of somebody who's in a cult. You know what I'm saying? Is being told to do this and do that and say it this exact way and repeat it and regurgitate it and talk this way and act this way. And my buddy avoids and ducks and dodges questions in the exact same manner as Trump sat on that stage the other night and dodged every single question that was asked to him. That's all I wanted to hear. And that's all I needed to hear. Every single question. And Muir asked him dead point blank a couple of times some questions, and he still swerved around it. He still bobbed and weaved on it. You know what I mean? It's like, bruh, come on. Just answer the questions. You want me to listen to you? You want me to hear what you have to say? You want me to believe that you have this country's best interest in mind, even when you not one time ever mention the people? I, me, mine. I, me, mine. I, me, mine. Those are the terms used by textbook narcissists. Narcissism, plain and simple. You too old to be a narcissist, my guy. You way too old to be a narcissist. He blamed Nancy Pelosi for January 6th. I almost fell off the bed. Bruh, and this is who we want? This is who we want. Someone who can't own up to. If there's anything you would have done different on January 6th, what was it? Nancy Pelosi has responded. That wasn't the question, Cheeto man. Let me moderate. Let me moderate. Oh, I would have cut him off like a bad habit. No, that's not what it was asked of you. That's not what was asked of you. If you could have changed anything you did on January 6th, would you have? Never answered the question. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. What else you need? I mean, I think it was very clearly shown the other night who has more integrity, who has more class. You know what I mean? And I know I know both of them was like throwing back accusations saying on the world stage, America's looking at Trump and saying they're a joke. And the world's looking at Trump and saying he's a joke. And the world's looking at the Democrats and saying they're a joke. I'm going to let y'all know right now. And my man's in the comments can back me up. This ain't new. Call it talking about the bully behind their back. Whatever you want to, however you want to arrange that or think about it in your head or conceptualize it. But that's how the world looks at us. People don't like us. They tolerate us. We're tolerated because we're bullies. Not all of us are, but I mean, that's how most of the world sees us, arrogant, overbearing bullies. You know, and she played him in as much as she knew how, and I said it in my video the other night, she knew how to hit the nerves. She knew, like when you got a toothache and something cold hit it, she knew how to do that to him. Ooh, you're making me mad. I can't focus on the issue. I'm just focusing on replying to that BS you said about me. And that is how that debate went. She dismantled his ass. And he was too angry, too childish, too spoiled, too pissed off to even understand what was going on. Because at one point, when he said it, and she said something about him, and he took the bait, and she looked at him and was kind of like, yeah, looked at him, right? And then I could see it on her face. On her face, she was like, I got this Emma effer now. I got his ass. I'm going to be able to do whatever I want to do to his punk ass. Watch. You know, and I saw it go down in real time. Now, you mugs that have ever in your life, and I don't mean this as no knock, I just mean it as an example. If you have ever been married to a black woman, and there was something she wanted to catch you doing or catch you on so she could go, got you. She got him. You know what I'm saying? She got him. You know what I mean? Because she came out there, I think coming out there and shaking his hand was a measurement to see if he was afraid. You know what I mean? Like when you go and when you box or you do any kind of martial art or anything like that, when you square up with somebody and y'all look each other in the face, you can tell either A, this getting ready to be a fight, or B, I'm about to kick this one. You know what I mean? And you just go to it. And I will admit, to me, initially, it didn't look like she had a plan because I didn't see it at first. I didn't know what her shield was going to be against that alpha male arrogance. And her counter to his alpha male arrogance was to circumcise him. You know what I mean? That's what I saw happen in real time. Was a grown ass man get circumcised on live television. Hit him with that Central Park 5. Bow. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with that, oh, your daddy gave you four. You got chipped off by your daddy. You ain't really no billionaire punk ass trick. She didn't use those exact words, but her sentiment, she from Oakland. I know how she meant it. Trust me, I know how she was like, you ain't all that blood. You know what I'm saying? With that janky ass orange hair. You know what I'm saying? You Bootsy. You yada. You know what I mean? She was telling him. She was telling him about him. And he wasn't none too much liking it. And he was, you know what I mean? Just she had him like he was on a spit. And she just yeah, yeah, yeah. What about that January 6th? What that January 6th like, punk? What that January 6th like, punk? What that Obamacare like 60 times, clown? You brought it before the House 60 times and they shot it down. You a mark, you a buster, you a buster. You know what I'm saying? Had him going, you know, and bruh, black women are freaking Jedi masters at that. You know what I'm saying? They are unwittable when it comes. Just don't even get into it. That's your best bet. That's your best bet, is to just not, because they built for it. They built for it, bruh. You gonna get got. Just sit back and take that L. Like, and that's what he got. Boy, did he get an L cracked upside his head. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be no questions at this point. It shouldn't be no questions at this point. You know, he even on the well, oh yeah, yeah, he's a good buddy of mine, and blah blah blah. She like, oh, you making it sound like I ain't went over there and kicked it with him. Gone with that, bruh. I put it like this. At the same time, I ain't asleep. I still expect, if Kamala wins and she gets in office, I still expect to see immediate action. And y'all need to remember this. And if you can't, go back to this live. I expect to see immediate action, Kamala, on bringing down the cost of living, investment in small businesses, and protection for reproductive freedom. I expect to see all that because you went hard on it. Oh, and housing. I expect to see something with those 4 things during your time in office. If it don't come around, if it don't come across what them conservatives over there is saying, I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that. What y'all talking about over here? If Obama had to punk out and apologize for knowing Reverend Wright, the fool can't play ignorance over Project 2025 if he rocks with Heritage Project. What Juju said, big facts. Tripling down on the Central Park 5 being guilty. Damn near 80-year-old man can't admit he was wrong. Juju, you will never, ever, ever in your life hear a narcissist admit being wrong to anything. On my kids, I know way too much, like being in the like theater and the performing world and improv and music and all of that stuff. Man, trust and believe. People who are narcissists, they lacking something. You know what I'm saying? That most human beings, you know, are supposed to have. They don't give a about nothing but them. Me, my, I. Me, my, I, mine. Me, my, I, mine. That's all you ever hear. That's all you ever hear. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Trump got roasted. Does the name I enjoy? Trump got roasted. Does the name I enjoyed every? Okay. Got you. Kamala smiled as if to say, "Look, bruh." When I saw that look on her face, I was like, ooh, wee. I've said that look is the equivalent of, okay, then. That's what that was to me. Okay. All right. Except she smiled when she said it. And I'm like, ooh, she getting ready to get this. Paul, man, I imagine that's what I imagine that's what Jasmine Crockett would do to her too. And Jasmine Crockett's a little younger, so I think she would probably be a little more brutal about it. Cause she be destroying Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene on the floor, man. She be smashing them in there, man. Beach blonde, bad Bill Butch body. That's what she should have got to run as her vice president. I could see that, boy. Kamala and Jasmine Crockett. That'd have been a wrap. Black girl power in the White House. Oh, forget about it. I watch sisters destroy them folks at work. One couldn't remark, and they have ruined an unmelanated person. Bruh, it don't take a whole lot either. They will start firing arrows and just, oh, you got to fight in the shade, bruh, because they just bombing. And hey, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. I know when they said a debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, I'm like, I said when they said it, that's going to be a massacre. Because one person is coming to that fight with no ammunition. You know what I'm saying? She's a litigator. Argue with mugs is what she does for a living. You just a businessman. You know how to swagger and talk shit. We talking about getting the information and putting it in a coherent series of events. Whether you telling the truth or not, you got to present yourself with a little more style than just hollering and screaming and trying to be the alpha in the room. And in my mind, to be perfectly honest, she's the lesser of two evils. But she's lesser. Much lesser. Stay on her case, bump the honeymoon phase, hit the ground running. Facts. Facts. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, you know what's happening. Kamala almost called Trump MF. She did. This, bruh. She handled herself well. How is she going to crumble when dealing with other world leaders when, as VP, she deals with? That's why I say you come in there with that alpha male attitude. Sister girls ain't fazed by that. I got more degrees than you do anyway. I got more achievements than you do anyway. And I got them on my own. I didn't need nobody to get them for me. You know what I mean? So she coming with more swag. She coming with more confidence. She coming, but let's not get, and this is important. I'm gonna hit this and then I'm gonna stop. Okay. Let's not forget about the House and the Senate. Them got to be flipped. Okay? Because even if she get in, if the opposite side is running everything in the House and in Congress, ain't nothing gonna get done still. So let's also politically not lose sight of what we should be doing locally with our congressmen and our representatives and senators and things like that. I don't know what your judge situation is like where you at, but you might want to pay attention to that too. Why are judges important? Because judges put people in jail. Judges put people who look like us in jail a lot. What do I need to know about a judge? I need to know what his conviction rate is, and I need to know what he convicts the most of. That's the only way it affects me. I don't need to know about whether he's Democrat or Republican or whether he likes vegetables or whether he likes meat. I don't give a damn about none of that because none of that will affect me. But him being able to put me in jail if I come in front of him will definitely affect me. And I need to remember what his conviction rate is and who he convicts the most of. You'll want him in there? Say no. That's why you don't need to go in that bitch playing tic-tac-toe. It is so important that you know who in the hell you voting for. Not just, oh, Democrat, 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 Democrat. That Democrat could be dirty as hell. That Democrat could not give two farts about you or what's going on there. They just want money for life. They just want a seat for life. So that's something you really need to pay attention to. Real business. Kamala gave him that Bill Duke for Minister Society. You damn sure did. Need the House and Senate or her hand. What I just get through saying. We on point, Juju. We on point, bruh. That part right there. That part. It ain't gonna do a damn bit of good for her to win if she win and ain't nothing in the House but Republicans. You need a progressive House and Senate. No Joe Mankins or Lindsey Grahams. Thank you, Kamoyo. Ballotpedia. I did this back in 2016 for the other election. Did election registration, did election PSAs. Yeah, Ballotpedia is a very useful tool. Please go to it and look up your local constituents and find out what they're about, and or at least to the degree that it affects you. Okay, how does what this person plans to do, proposes to do, purports to do? How does it affect me as an American citizen? How does it affect me as a citizen in the state of Baltimore, in the state of Louisiana, in the state of Florida? How does what this person do or doesn't do affect me? So should I give my vote to that person? It's important to know that. Y'all hear about maggots catfighting. MTG versus nut job influencer Laura Loomer. Looser made a joke about White House smelling like curry and being a call center. Yeah, I heard about that. Kamala wins. MTG called it racist. Yeah, that part. But y'all know what? I think we've done enough. I have a question for all of you. And I want to slip, slide, dip, and glide into it. How do you feel? I'm sorry. How do you feel about him not playing Green Lantern Hal Jordan? Would he have made a good Green Lantern Hal Jordan? Why or why not? It would make sense in the scheme of things as far as what the DCEU is trying to do with, this James Gunn led charge. How we feel about that? I mean, were we ready to see Josh Brolin play his fourth comic book character or not? Don't know. No? Yes? Maybe? Sure. You was peeping, hiding back there. Hello, long time no see, brother. Too old, need a fresh face. Literally. My man look like a baseball glove. He ain't nothing but like 50, right? I am tired of Brolin. Brolin too old. What about Jeffrey Donovan of Burn Notice? Okay. Is the MCU recycling actors? I am not sure what you mean by that, Grand Madam. Recycling looks that way. Robert Downey Jr. is playing a different character now. Yeah, I guess they appear to be. He said, nah, I'm glad he declined. I don't want to see Josh Brolin's old behind. Um, okay, okay. DCEU keep getting MCU revolving door. I feel like they bounce between each other just like they bounce between stealing concepts. Chris Evans was in The Losers. Josh Brolin was Jonah Hex. So I mean, they trade up. They trade up. I could see John Hamm. I could see John Hamm as Hal Jordan. John Hamm has got that he's got that Hal Jordan swag. I could see John Hamm. And John Hamm don't look like hand tool saddle leather. James Marsden, yeah. Yeah, he probably, if he want to be, I don't think he want, he's cool with that soft, goofy daddy Sonic kind of role. Revolving door. Yeah, like I said, if that's the case, yeah, that's what it is. They all it ain't about nobody being loyal. If you offer them the right amount of, I think if they offer Robert Downey Jr. the right amount of money, he go do a DC movie. And shave his head bald, let him be Lex Luthor. Olsen, Johansson are also coming back as other characters. Anyway, point taken on Josh on Hex. Never gotten to watch it. Assure you ain't missing a doggone thing, bro. That movie is boo-boo on a stick. Hal should be fit, classic-looking white man, not dusty and grizzled looking. Test pilot. Test pilots are usually clean shaven or have 5 o'clock shadow and are at least svelte enough to fit in a cockpit. Hal should look like he stepped right out of the 50s or 60s. Or he should look like Maverick. That's what I think about when I think of Hal Jordan. I think Maverick. That would be not necessarily Maverick's attitude, but Maverick's look and Maverick's confidence and Maverick's swag. I think that will fit well. Hal should look vanilla a. John Hamm's pretty caucasoid. He's got that caucasity oozing off of him. Public service announcement. It's a generational public service announcement, and I felt like I should do it because I'm Generation X, and this is just how I feel about it. And I feel like, hey, let's stop and have us a good, quick laugh. Oh, and shout out to my Pittsburgh Steelers fans. I saw this online today, bro. I'm like, I gotta rock that. I gotta rock that on the show. And speaking of things I gotta rock on the show, I just want folks to know that when I make an agreement to do something, I follow through with it. That was just like I just wanted to give y'all a quick moment to kind of chuckle and laugh about that. Because when I saw it, I thought it was I thought it was hilarious. But I'm gonna move. Hey, before I go any further, my good friend David Block. Hey Dave, I know you're watching, and if you ain't watching, you should be watching because you asked me to do this, so I'm gonna do it. I use my space for the benefit of others from time to time. I plan to use this particular space at this particular moment, at this particular time, to benefit my good friend David Block, who is the operator of Midnight Sun Theater. How should it be worded? I don't have to worry about how it's worded because he gave me the details about how to word it. This is a function that he is putting on. Okay. It's called Leave Your Fears Here. And locally, it will be going on at the Jerry Harper Studio at the UAA campus. There are a lot of theatrical productions going on there. I need to mosey my butt on over there to see what that's all about. Anyway, it is going on September 12th through the 15th and September 19th through the 22nd. In this intensely personal one-man play, actor James Morrison recounts his beloved son's struggle with and ultimate recovery from brain cancer. It is a tale of losing a language and learning a new one, of a child teaching the parent, and the power of hope in the darkest of times. James takes you on a journey that affirms love and human connection as the antidote to fear and despair. Written and performed by James Morrison, directed by Robert Egan. You can get tickets, that's just locally, at www.midnightsuntheater.org. Again, Leave Your Fears Here, September 12th through the 15th and September 19th through the 22nd at the Jerry Harper Studio on the University of Anchorage, Alaska campus. Tickets at www.midnightsuntheater.org. I just did a PSA. You're welcome, Block. Okay, moving onward and upward, onward and upward, upward and onward. I am not skipping anybody's questions. I am just moving on. There, perhaps you will have some questions about this. It is comic book hour. Yeah, well, not comic book hour, but comic book moment. We're going to talk about real quick this comic book right here. This comic book right here. I like the variant. That's kind of dope. And this comic book right here. Oh, you knew I was going to mention Space Ghost. Okay, so what's happening? What's happening? I know some of y'all. Hey, you know what? Let's just deal with the books y'all know about first. So that way I can sound real intelligent and lofty when I'm talking about a book that y'all don't know nothing about. Okay. Up first, Black Panther. Ultimate Black Panther, number 8. Okay. The biggest thing going on about this book, did T'Challa develop 2 new superpowers? Or was that just a dream? Don't know what I'm talking about? If you have not read Ultimate Black Panther number 8, look away. Okay, there was a lot of stuff going on in Black Panther number 8. He was fighting and blowing stuff away, or people away, more accurately, and then kind of got blown away by that attack. Okay. But then while having like a crazy vision, grab this, and that happened. Is he going to gain the ability to turn into a Black Panther? Or is it just kind of a fantasy? Because it would make sense if he's wearing a vibranium habit and he's becoming more one with the vibranium, and the vibranium is a living thing. That explains that. Which I also need to explain. He wakes up. This is the knife that was in him. Is that knife made of vibranium or is it made of another material? And if that's the case, does the vibranium in him or the vibranium around him or the vibranium he feels enable him to do that? What's going on with T'Challa? If he's getting a power buff, this is Ultimate Black Panther. And we need to remember, this is Ultimate Black Panther. This is issue number 8. Issue number 1, my man didn't know his butt from a hole in the ground. So we can have expectations. We can. That's perfectly acceptable to say, I want this T'Challa to be like the T'Challa I'm used to already. How come Spider-Man don't go through a growing period? He kind of did. How come the Fantastic Four don't go through a growing period? Original 1610? Yeah, they kind of did. We are not used to letting artists cook. We're not used to letting the writer weave a story for us. We're too interested about the strands of the web and not focusing on the entire tapestry. Oh, that was beautiful. I like the way I said that. That was really beautiful. Okay, so let's not focus so much on T'Challa being great and fantastic and amazing, because there are fight scenes in issue number 8 that make T'Challa look good. I mean, if that's what we want to see, we just want him looking good in a fight. Okay, cool. But currently, he seems to be lacking the tactical, the strategic, the intellect, and the killer instinct. Those are variables that make 6160 T'Challa way different from 616 T'Challa. And I feel like we're selling ourselves short if we say, I want this T'Challa right here to be the T'Challa that I'm used to. I think he will be, but he's going to have to develop into it. We're not just going to see it. Here it is, Black Panther rocking, doing all the stuff we'd like to see Black Panther doing. So the question becomes, how long you going to hang on until you get tired of waiting for him to be that cat? No pun intended. What we talking about? That's perfect time to check comments. Pretty sure a dream, since the powers are heightened physical attributes. Assured, did you watch my video on Black Panther number 8? We thought he was having a dream at one point, but it turned out to be a hallucination. And he woke up a week later. So, did he experience it? Because his uniform did disintegrate and come off of him. Entirely possible. Magnetic vibranium powers. Something similar. Something similar. Hey, D-Real, I haven't read The Complicated, but I did see your review of it yesterday. Okay. All righty there with those high dollar words, old fancy McGee. Forget y'all. I ain't apologizing for being educated. Man, I got to get that cover off eBay. First time I missed the FOC day, and that was the only one they didn't have in stores. I got the other 3 covers though. Boy, Juju, you don't be playing about them variants, man. You don't be playing about them variants. Let's move on to our next book that we're gonna be talking about. And I'm gonna go to this one right here. Avengers Assemble #1. To me, well, before I say to me, let me just say, you should check them out then. Anywho, Avengers Assemble #1 is basically the assemblage of an earthbound squad of Avengers. And I guess they're supposed to be more of a quick response team. Well, let me read this one line. They had our boy passed out, booty butt naked. That's what I'm saying. If he was butt booty naked, why couldn't he have turned into a panther? That would be a cool power. We just need to introduce unstable molecules, and he's in there like swimwear. Could you imagine a werepanther in a vibranium weave habit? That would be dope. Mm. That would be dope. Anyways, Avengers Assemble brings together some old Avengers and people who have never been Avengers before as a quick response team to major threats. And the major threat in this issue is Sin. Yes. And she's got a mask, the mask of hate, the mask of Iridia, that is augmenting her power. And then furthermore, she's spreading it through coming into the proximity of other people. And so they accept, quote unquote, the gift of hate. And then the first Avengers dispatched to deal with her are Captain America, Shang-Chi, Wasp, and Photon. I remember when Shang-Chi didn't want to have nothing to do with superheroes. He didn't want to have nothing to do with spies, let alone superheroes. Now he's a damn Avenger. My, how times change. And I noticed there's a bit of manipulation of the 10 rings. Shang-Chi has the 10 rings, like from the movies in the comic. And I'm like, he's wearing a similar costume and everything. So let's make Shang-Chi look more like he looks in the movies so we can acclimate all of that. You know what I'm saying? Easier acclimation cinematically. You feel me? But another Right. That's why we stopped. That's why I ain't giving you the full. I'm gonna give you some to go and enjoy. This is not the review. This is just the talk. I ain't gonna spoil the whole book of none of these. In fact, I'm not gonna spoil any of them. There's gonna be enough. Let me cook. Let me cook. I know how to get down with it. I know how to get down. Don't even trip, Ronnie. Because Feige pays him, Shang-Chi sold out. Hey, I get it, man. I get it, but I don't want Shang-Chi to be a mystical warrior. I guess it's too late now. But he was better when his skills defined him. You're the best fighter on earth, or one of the best. You're in the top 3 for sure. You're in the conversation. Top 3. So, you know what I mean? How's that happen? But other members include She-Hulk, Hawkeye, Hercules, Wonder Man, and Lightspeed, which is Julie Power from Power Pack, along with Living Lightning. Did I mention Night Thrasher? I mentioned Night Thrasher. Night Thrasher pulls up with a gift for all the Avengers. I ain't gonna tell you what it is, but Night Thrasher pulls up with gifts. Hey, didn't nobody else pull up to Avengers Mansion with gifts? So overall, I think it's kind of a Justice League in the Watchtower, Justice League in the Hall of Justice type of thing. So you got the bulk of your force there in the mansion, and then you got reinforcements in the Impossible City. That kind of setup. But Sin, Serpent Society. Serpent Society is in this book. We got Shang-Chi in this book. We got Serpent Society in this book. Sprinkle you with little bits and pieces of MCU. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is, y'all. Don't trip. Don't trip. That's how they do. That's how they do. You got Serpent Society coming up in Captain America, in the Captain America movie, New World Order. Or Brave New World, whatever the hell it's called. But yeah, you got Serpent Society pulling up in that. So I believe the Serpent Society, as far as attention, they're about to get a boost. So I would encourage you to go back and check out older Serpent Society stories. Serpent Society stories like the first time we ever saw them, when they were called the Serpent Squad, and they were ran by Viper, female Viper, and Warlord Krang, of all people. And then we had like that whole development of them becoming the Serpent Society through Captain America comics. And now we have them as major players in Avengers Assemble. So Serpent Society is becoming those cats or those snakes. What's Val doing right now? Maybe they can fight for that spot. Val? Did they give Shang the powers of this Chinese hero introduced in the first contest of champions, Collective Man? No, they did not. Shang-Chi's powers more kind of center around those rings, like the cinematic version. At least from what I've seen in this comic, I don't want to reveal to you too much of what he does with the rings in the comic if you plan to pick that comic up. But suffice to say, he appears to be proficient with them in the comics. Serpent Society about to blood cover the Avengers, or like the Ashy Combine. The Ashy Combine. Hey, nothing wrong with having formidable opponents. I like that. They remember, it's in their name. They came together to deal with the foes no single hero could withstand. So they've got to be something that's unwithstandable by a solo hero. Those were older versions. I think that was that the Bendis run on Avengers where Shang-Chi could do that? Or Secret Avengers? I have to go back and check it out. I haven't looked at those books in a long time. They just I got that whole run in a long box. I need to pull it out and read it again. Well, now hang on, y'all. Y'all jumping down my throat. I ain't say he don't have his duplication abilities. He just didn't show them in this issue. It was all about the 10 rings. He might still be able to duplicate himself. I don't know. We'll see next issue, because it look like they're getting ready to deal with some stuff next issue. So he gonna do something. I hope. Overall, I feel like I didn't see what I wanted to see in this issue. I mean, some cool things happened in this book, but overall, the book itself, I guess I need to let it cook, because it didn't hit me the way I expected an Avengers book with that many Avengers crawling around in it to hit me. I've always been one that's like, oh, give me more bang for my buck. Pause. And you want to cram a bunch of heroes. That's why I used to love Legion of Superheroes, where you just get a crap ton of heroes. I love Justice League, where you get a crap ton of Justice Leaguers, Titans, Avengers, Defenders, New Warriors. I like team books. So if you go put a team together, when they come together, it better be bang, 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 bang. This one was only kind of bang, bang, bang. So getting there, but they have not arrived. That's the best way I can describe it. And Juju seems to agree with me. This one didn't really appeal to me. I'll check your reviews and see how it goes. For Avengers Assemble, okay. I haven't done one yet. I might link up with Theo, like we did last weekend. See if we can do something like that. So I'll get the next issue, but yeah. I give everybody 5-issue run. If you ain't made that statement in 5 issues, you're not gonna make it. Unless you done gave me something and I'm like, okay, I see you cooking. If I don't see you cooking, I'm gonna let you know the soup ain't hot. Bottom line. If they forgot T'Challa's powers, they damn sure forgot Shang-Chi's. Is sin evil for evil's sake villain? That's my favorite type. I don't know how familiar you are with Dungeons and Dragons, Paul Martin, but sin appears to be neutral evil. Neutral to chaotic. Because it seems like I got a reason to be doing this, but the way I'm doing it is chaotic, if that makes sense. So now that I got everybody marinating on that, that is the perfect time to slip into Space Ghost. Now, if you ain't been following the Black Panther reviews, it's pretty safe to say you probably missed out on the Space Ghost reviews too. So Sin is like a dro. Oh, dro. Oh, Dungeons. Okay, a dro matron. Kinda. Yeah. More of an avatar that is a receptacle of power. That. Okay. So Space Ghost. Number 5, Jonathan Lau, David Pepos. If you missed the last issue, you saw that Space Ghost's young charges were captured by none other than Zorak. And Zorak is kind of installing himself as this priest of the cult of Lokar. And Lokar is like this locust god demon thing that Zorak wants to release on the galaxy. And he told Space Ghost last issue that Space Ghost needed to come and surrender his power bands to him. Now, for some reason, in this issue, Space Ghost didn't give up the power bands. And Zorak didn't say, "How dare you, Space Ghost, defy me," or whatever. But Space Ghost did come and surrender to Zorak. Ultimately, we discover Space Ghost has been lured there and it's a trap. But it's not a trap to get him in there to kill him. It's a trap to get him in there and get him to do something else. What is it Zorak is trying to trick Space Ghost into doing? Well, I'll tell you like this. What he did trick Space Ghost into doing does make for a rather interesting ending. Space Ghost by Pepos and Lau is written well. Space Ghost by Pepos and Lau is drawn well. If you don't believe me, so, and there is a shock ending. At the end of this story, I'm not going to tell you who, but something happens to somebody and it affects somebody else. Interesting. You should be collecting Space Ghosts by Dynamite. They are on issue 5. You still got a chance to run back and get them. You can run out to your LCS. Well, not right now, but you can run out to your LCS tomorrow. Cop that. It's a good read. It's a good run so far. It satisfies that nostalgia bug. And it puts some respect on Space Ghost's name. I hope eventually they do a Herculoids comic book, because I would love to see a respectable comic book concept brought with the Herculoids, because it seemed like don't nobody know what to do with the Herculoids. And because the Herculoids are kind of stuck right there on that one planet, plausibly, there ain't a whole lot of stories you could tell with that version. You know what I'm saying? It would just be something cool. It would just be something cool. And speaking of something cool, I can't dip out on y'all. I can't go out on the sauce without sharing some kind of action figures with y'all. I did not get anything new this week. When I say new, I don't mean brand. I mean like that I got in the mail recently. But I wanted to share, like, my big boys is kind of where I'm at right now. I wanted to share with y'all some of my big boys. And when I say big boys, I'm talking like the BAF figures. I'm talking about the Diamond Selects and the Marvel Selects. And I'm gonna kick it off with the first one that's always sitting in your face every week. That's the Marvel Select Black Panther. Like I told y'all, I'm gonna be doing a video on the history of Black Panther action figures, and I will try to cover as many Black Panther actual action figures as I can. There are actually, after doing my research, I found out there are actually a few more Black Panther action figures out there than I thought. But we're gonna learn about them. We're gonna learn about the Marvel Gold. We're gonna learn about Toy Biz Run. We're gonna learn about Marvel Legends and maybe even pull out the old Mezco cinematic version of Black Panther. But anyway, this is the Marvel Select Black Panther. It's got the hands like that, and this is more the version of T'Challa that we are used to seeing, or what that we were used to seeing in comics. You know, I like the face mask there. You can see the detail in the face, furrowed eyebrows. So you know that's a skin tight. So that's one. Let's put him back where he belongs. He's got him a couple Auntie Monica's up there with him. Okay. The other ones, bigger ain't necessarily better, but bigger is chunky. I know that don't make no sense. But here is my Diamond Select Thor. I like this Thor because it's hefty in your hand. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all can y'all see that? Okay, let's back that away. There. Is that better? Why how come you can't see his face? Anyway, he's so white you can't see his face. But anyway, you can see the details on that Thor. I wish this cape were cloth, but because it's woven from that same heavy material as the figure itself, it tends to drag the figure down, to say the least. Diamond Select, Marvel Select, they aren't really known for their great articulation, but the detail, the detail, the detail, it's always there. And as far as how this stands in juxtaposition to a regular Marvel Legends figure, we got Alexei Shostakova, aka the Red Guardian, to volunteer standing next to Thor. So that's how much bigger the Marvel Select is compared to your regular Marvel legend. So he's got a little heft to him. He's got a little size to him. He got a little size on him. He's got a little size on him. So oh my goodness, excuse me. I keep these over here on my shelf where I've got a bunch of different Marvel heroes on this Marvel heroes and villains who I'm gonna show you here in a little bit. But I have quite a few Thors I've noticed too. I'm like, my goodness, I got quite a few Thor action figures. So, and then I just recently got that what is it, that Black whatever it is, Thor. I don't really care for it. But here, one of my more favorite Marvel Legend Builder figures. This is Awesome Hulk, your Amadeus Cho Hulk. He's really green, man. Damn, he's he's greener than the other Hulk over there. He's like a bright Kelly green. You know what I mean? He just up in your face, but like that's Hulk with a sculpted do. I think Hulk was, I forget which figures I had to get this, but yeah, that Hulk, and you can feel it. It's it's got more heft than a regular Marvel Legends, and you could do a little more bending and posing with these, and you aren't going to wear out the joints as fast. So yeah, that's Awesome Hulk. Amadeus Cho, somebody who's known for being smart. You know what I mean? So, but he's one of these ones that I can stand out here near my Marvel Select and Diamond Select. And they just keep getting bigger as we go along. Next up, I don't have a lot of Colossus figures, and that's strange because I like Colossus as a character. I like Colossus's look. You know what I mean? Maybe something to do in the future. But this is my Marvel Select Colossus, and that's what other Colossus do you need? Look at that. That is perfect Piotr. You know what I'm saying? When I do my X-Men shoot, please believe this is gonna be the Colossus that I have in there. He came with some like thing where you can lift it and press it, and you know what I'm saying. And so he does that thing there, but for the most part, man, that's a solid. He doesn't need a terrible mess of articulation. Why does he need articulation? He's Colossus, right? You know, and so again, Marvel selects don't really focus so much on articulation as they do on detail. And so you get a better looking figure. And I'm not out here playing with the damn things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm posing them. So the harder and stiffer you are, the better you pose. Right? Yeah. So sticking with that theme, I said to myself, okay, what's another big chunky character that I can get that you could just pose them and won't nobody say nothing about it because it's like, okay, yeah, he's a big giant guy, so we expect it. Titanium Man. Look at him. I think he's standing like a full 9 inches. So this is a pretty damn big figure. It moves. He's got that kind of. And he also has a change of head to where you could take this off and have Dmitry Bukharin, I believe is his name, with the beard and the mustache without the helmet on. So, and this, like, again, a very, very hefty hunk of metal. that we're looking at here, Titanium Man, an Iron Man foe, but he has gone toe to toe with the likes of Thor and Hercules. So I guess that armor can stand up to a beating, more or less. But yeah, that's like a full 9 inches. Pause. Like that one. He's got a little bit of posability there. I mean, not too much, but you see how he's working. He's working it. He's working it. He's working it. That is Titanium Man. Yes, Grand Madam. He does kind of look like Gigantor. Gigantor, the space age robot. Gigantor, he's our hero. Okay. Bigger ain't always better. But in the case of Cain Marko, good grief. Cain Marko's leg is almost as thick as a regular Marvel Legend action figure. Let's do a side by side. That's some big juggernaut, bro. The Juggernaut, aka Cain Marko, Charles Xavier stepbrother. Look at that face. Those are my Marvel selects, y'all. Those are my Marvel selects. I have a few more. If y'all liked looking at the Marvel selects, I will drag a couple of more of these out here for your pleasure and to check out. So that is what I'm bringing for y'all, action figure wise, this week. What else we got? Oh, I guess that's the only thing, y'all. I don't want to end on a low note. I mean, I don't really consider it a low note. Juju, I am glad somebody likes it. I am glad somebody enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a simpler time at Marvel. I can tell you that much. It wasn't. We didn't have all of the multiversal madness that's going on now. A hero was a hero. A villain was a villain. Evil was evil. Good was good, and it was, pretty cut and dry. Now, who knows? But yeah, I got one more tribute before we bounce out. My ears are itching. Somebody's talking about me. That's what they say. Okay. This one's kind of hard because I really, 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 really admire the work of James Earl Jones. If you have been under a tree and you missed my video, you know that the great actor James Earl Jones is no longer with us. Passed away at the age of 93. He is known for God, so many, 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 many roles. Roles that weren't necessarily that great, but were made great simply because of him. Do you think Darth Vader would have been as prolific a character without the thundering voice of James Earl Jones? Same thing with Mufasa or any other role that he did voice work for. Not to mention his presence as an actor on stage, on television, on the screen. He did it all. Comedy, drama, action, thrillers. He did it all. Now, we want to talk about iconic. Here's an actor that was iconic. You want to talk about an actor that was versatile? Here's an actor that was versatile AF. He had a career that spanned 7 decades. Yeah, 7 decades. From The Great White Hope to Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, and all the work in between and beyond and before. He's impacted many people in many ways. I can't say enough about him, man. The first stop and pause voice I ever heard. Who was that? I find your lack of faith disturbing. You know what I'm saying? Impressive. Most impressive. But you are not a Jedi yet. That guy was my childhood. You know what I'm saying? Along with Shogun Warriors, Micronauts, and what was the other one? Rom. Yeah, there you go. Shogun Warriors, Micronauts, Rom, Star Wars, all that, man. I can't think of a time when there wasn't something going on with James Earl Jones. In the 70s, what? Claudia, Great White Hype, Bingo, Long Traveling Stars and Motor Kings, 80s, Best of the Best, Clear and Present Danger, Hunt for the Red October, Meteor Man. God, so Alex Haley and Roots, so many roles. So many roles. You know what I mean? To me, that's the definition of iconic. Not you play one role and then we try to pigeonhole everybody into thinking that we should get rid of the role and not talk about the actor anymore because he did great that one time. James Earl Jones knocked it out of the park for us dozens of times. Field of Dreams, The Lion King. That's what makes you iconic, not a single performance. And don't you think some of the actors that Conan the Barbarian, some of the roles he's played, don't you think some other actors would have liked to play the roles that James Earl Jones got the opportunity, the privilege to play? King Lear, Hamlet, Othello on stage. Maybe not King Lear, but Hamlet and Othello, I know for sure. Ask an actor about Hamlet. Ask an actor about Othello. The actor's roles. Those are acting roles. I would love to play Hamlet. I would love to play Othello. That would be fan freaking tastic. I'd have to put in some work to do it, but yeah, I would, yeah, I'd probably knock Othello out the park. What y'all talking about over Chin in the comments? Sure didn't know he was sick until you got the news. A lot of times, man, actors don't be wanting people to know their personal business, and I can respect that. You know what I mean? I don't need to inform the news about every single doggone thing I do. Why? What for? He came to my college's drama department back in the day. He was very kind. Yeah, well, big guys tend to be because they know they should be. He's a tall fella. He was a staple of my childhood. Darth Vader, Mufasa, Thulsa Doom. That's not being replicated. Well, Mufasa is. But it's a young Mufasa. So, yeah, I get it. His journey, his story, blah, 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 all that. Yep. About says it all, D. About says it all. And Gray agrees. The first time I remember hearing James Earl Jones's voice is Mufasa in the animated Lion King movie. Wow. No, wasn't Darth Vader. Claudia with Diane Carroll. If you have never seen Claudia, you should watch Claudia because James Earl Jones is basically playing, and I don't want to use this term disrespectfully, a captain saving him. Because Diane Carroll plays a single mother with I think she's got 4 or 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? And James Earl Jones want to get next to her. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I heard his voice. I mean, I'm like, dude got a really thunderous voice. You know what I'm saying? For somebody pushing up on, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not, because Diane Carroll was a very distinguished and versatile actress, and I ain't got nothing bad to say about her because she's 100% a class act, and I ain't never heard nothing bad about her. So I ain't finna be the one to start saying nothing crazy about her. But yeah, she played that role, and I think that was the first time he came to my attention. And then I saw him again. I saw him in The Great White Hope, which was kind of it was a big kind of. He wasn't playing Jack Johnson, the fighter, but he was, if that makes sense. Legend indeed. The presence in his voice and his commanding stature was epic in scope and vast in scale. Yes. Yes, it was. Very good film. Claudia? Yeah, Claudia is a very good film. Bingo Long Traveling All Stars and Motor Kings is a very good film, in my opinion. Hunt for the Red October, Clear and Present Danger. Best of the best. He plays a coach of a Taekwondo team. Somehow I don't see James Earl Jones doing Taekwondo, but you never know. Celebrities always impress. But that's where I'm at with it. James Earl Jones, impactful. Super duper impactful. Iconic, in my opinion. James Earl Jones is what iconic is. All the roles he's remembered for, and just his voice alone You know what I'm saying? When you hear his voice, you already know who's in that movie. When you hear his voice, you already know who's doing that commercial. When you hear his voice, you already know who's narrating that documentary. I think him and David Attenborough, you know what I'm saying, probably the most recognizable voices in that arena as far as documentaries go. And commercials. Best of the Best is extremely underrated. D. Steezel. It's one of my all-time faves. Not just because of the martial arts, but in the way that they're depicted, but the speech at the end when, like, I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but when the tournament's over and everything is done, and Seijin Kwan comes over, no, not Seijin Kwan, but Daehan comes over to Philip Reed's character and give that speech, bruh, I broke. I ain't gonna lie, I broke. It ain't a whole. I can count the times on one hand that I cried watching a movie. And when he gave that speech, and it's sometimes like if that movie's on right now and he's giving that speech, man, I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? It's just so after all the emotion and all of the bit, it's a good movie. Watch it. It's one of those movies that's got just enough of everything in it to keep you engaged. Conan the Barbarian was my first time seeing James Earl Jones. Elevated that film to legendary status. The Riddle of Steel. Yes. Do you know it? Shall I tell it to you, boy? It's the least I can do. Steel is not strong. Flesh is stronger. What is steel compared to the hand that wields it? There. Yes, yes. Come, my child. Come, come. You see, that is strength, boy. That is power. The power of flesh. Look at your body. I gave you this. Such a waste. Contemplate this on the tree of woe. That just sounds like it hurts. The tree of woe? That just sounds painful. Oh, I was training in Kung Fu at the time. Oh, word. That's what I'm talking about. Gray say facts. Ain't that what he told her? Ain't that what he told her, Gray? Come, come, child. Come, come. And she just like, huh. Okay. He's got a cult. I understand. You've got your own cult, sir. Check. Oh, Empire Strikes Back was my intro to his voice. Conan was when I first seen him. And then that made you go back and watch Bingo Long Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings? Did that make you go back and watch The Great White Hope? Did that make you go back and watch Claudine? I bet it did. Yeah, bro, the Tree of Woe, where you get into a grudge match for survival with a vulture. Huh. Okay. To my Conan fans, what is best in life? Drop it in the comments. What does Conan say is best in life? Yeah. Let me see my Conan fans. Let me see my Conan fans. He say he killed that press Rick James wig. It had the bangs and everything, baby. Oh, shit. Say Thulsa almost had me just dating white girls. You talk about the orgy. Oh my goodness. The music in that movie, that boom, 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 boom. I got that on a playlist. I got that. Matter of fact, it's on my workout playlist. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Yeah, it's in there. It's on the workout playlist. He was in his bag on Empire, had it, bruh. That mother was like, oh, I can't F up because I'll get choked out if I F up. You know, if you was going to see Vader, you might not come back. There it is. My boy Camello came with it. Because my man was like a hawk at your arm in the wind. He was like, wrong. Conan, what is best in life? To clutch your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their women. That is good. See, men are simple creatures. We are very simple creatures. We need the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? What that one comedian said, just play with his you know what and tickle his you know what and fix him a sandwich and leave him alone. It ain't got to be that crude, but yes, we really are that simple as far as getting along and being able to, deal with folks, deal with one another, deal with stuff. Yeah, y'all. What we talking about here? Exactly. Ain't that what it's? Man, that is good. That is good. Exactly what he told him. Say, you know what? Y'all finna make a brother while I go watch Conan the Barbarian. Matter of fact, that is exactly what I am getting ready to go do. I'm finna go watch Conan the Mongolian Barbarian right now. Q&A. Questions for me. Preguntas, por favor. Por favor, you have questions for me. I possibly have answers. They may be good, they may be bad, they may be ugly, but they are answers. Ooh, look what just came across my feed on Smart News, y'all. Wyclef Jean responds to Trump's baseless claim about Haitian immigrants eating pets. Stop racist messages. You got Haitians getting at you, bruh. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. You say, where can I get that Thulsa wig, man? Spirit of Halloween, or you can get you one like it for sure. Cause y'all saw. I don't know if y'all saw my pimp named Slickback outfit from last year, but yeah, I had to lay flat, nice, fresh, or what you call it, nice, fresh press Rick James with the bangs in front. Oh yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing. Tua got another concussion. Damn. Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I 100% believe Tua should retire because that mug done had too many concussions. 100% he should retire. I seen him get a concussion last year. My man was like that on the field. Bruh, retire while you still got some marbles left. Don't go out on this man. Too many. The football world is littered with mugs that the brains is mush now because they didn't stop when they could have. Be like Shannon, man. Go out there and get you a talk show. Let him hear your sex tape sounds. Woo, Shannon. Shannon. I would stop though. Y'all ain't got no question for me for real. Ironically, he scrambled and ran into Damar Hamlin. Oh, that's a good question. Why can't a great writer, Shirley Eaton, get an ongoing series after knocking it out of the park in a tie-in book? Okay. First, let me say the world is not a perfect place. Marvel is an even less perfect place. I don't know what kind of favor or prestige one has to have to inherit an ongoing title at Marvel. Cheryl deserves to write Black Panther. We deserve to see their Cheryl Lynn should be writing Black Panther. We need to see her mythos. We need to see her story. We need to see what she was trying to weave with T'Challa. And I want him to keep his hydrokinesis and his electrokinesis powers. Jaime Hansu was going to do Thulsa Doom film. Dynamite Comics published a miniseries based off his likeness. Alex Ross Thulsa Doom covers. I might have to find those. Will Luke Cage coming to MCU in season 2 of Daredevil series reignite any interest you had? Depends on how Luke Cage is depicted. I still am on my T'Challa bull-ish. It would have to be a damn good depiction to make me step away and say, all right, I'm going to peep this when I'm done effing with him in general. So, hopefully, that answers your question. And if ain't nobody got no more, I'ma dip and slide and mob and get on down here and check out this her Conan the Barbarian. Might have me like a salad or something. Maybe some fish. I don't know why I'm telling y'all all of that. Anyway, thank y'all for pulling up to the live. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank y'all for rocking with me. You could be anywhere, but you here. And that either means you digging what a brother's shoveling or you just like hearing brothers named D Real talk. Whatever reason it is, I am exceedingly abundantly thankful that y'all came and F with a brother tonight. That is it for now, but fret not, y'all. I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Before I forget, I always do this. Me and Theo coming at you tomorrow. What did I say? Me and Theo coming at you tomorrow. Friday vibing with D Real and Theo B on this channel right here. Talking that talk you like to hear. Bring what you drink, bring what you smoke. Pull up a seat and get comfortable. Because we're going to be vibing. Now, that's it for now. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of the mother ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.